tonight we've got an improvisational story going. You guys like improv? Yeah! Wonderful. So put your hands together once again for Guy Sancho.
That's right, because I wanted to tell a story problem. I don't know any stories, but I thought, you're a creative lady. Are you creative? You're not creative? You're not giving me accountant vibes. Are you sure? Good thing we have other people in the room, right? Because I want to do a story, but I can't do it on my own. I will need your help, right? So whenever I point to you, you tell me the next part of the story, right? And don't try to be funny, and very important, don't think, right? For example, bread. Really? All right, exactly, very good. Cake. Dog. Did you see that? You were thinking. Too long, all right? Dog. Very good. Penis. Very good. See? It's that easy. But first, we need the hero of our story, right? Not any, registered trademark, because, rights, but someone who could be the hero. Now, you're just going to shout out things, not elephant. Whenever I ask people, are like, elephant, no elephant, all right? So just shout out names and I'm going to pick the best hero. Huh? Mise, again, we can't use copyrights. No. Yeah. Huh? A panda, I like that. Koala, all right, marsupials. A fairy. Which kind of fairy? A tiny one. Tiny fairy koala. Dragon. Crocodile. Run the animals. Huh? What? A mole. All right. Up there on the stairs. A bug. Over there. Space shuttle. Very good. All right. This is the story of the fairy crocodile on the space shuttle. Once upon a time, there was a fairy crocodile called Jack, the fairy crocodile. And after thinking hard about what it wanted to do when it grew up, it decided an astronaut. But it's not easy for a fairy crocodile to become an astronaut, in fact, any crocodile. So first he had to Satanize himself? In order for a crocodile to be accepted into the aisles of the social ladder in order to become an astronaut, he had to make a deal with Satan. That's right. But the crocodile thought, damn, how will I do a deal with Satan? First he'll have to masturbate. That's a time-honored tradition of calling, Beelzebub. You draw the pentagram, then you jerk off on it. But then the crocodile thought, can I even reach my penis? Right? Am I like a T-Rex? He saw he couldn't, so he decided to do magic. That's right. He'll go out on the street, perform magic tricks, and if he's good enough, he'll convince passersby to jerk him off. This was a foolproof plan. He bought a magic kit, learned some magic, went outside, and the first thing he saw was a cat. Now he thought, do I really want the first other creature to jerk me off to be a furry? Right? But he decided to do it, and he did a magic trick for the cat. He did the classic card trick, which involves a dead sheep. Jesus. That's the one where you put the ace of spades in the anus of a sheep and pull it out, and then it's an ace of hearts. Needless to say, the cat was very impressed, and it decided, wow, I don't have any change on me. And the crocodile said, no problem. Jerk me off into this pentagram. He got some chalk, quickly drew a pentagram on the floor, and the cat was like, well, fair is fair. Jerked him off. Satan appears, and the first thing he asks of the fairy crocodile is, no, you. Satan being summoned from the depths of hell, the first thing he asks is, "Will you jerk me off?" Now, I don't know about you, but if Satan himself asks me to jerk him off, I'm gonna do it. Even if it is for the story, right? So the fairy crocodile starts jerking off Satan, and Satan asks, "Why do they call you a fairy anyway?" And the crocodile fairy says, "Who? Me? Yes, you. Why do they call you a fairy?"
No one wants to say it.
No one wants to say it. Everyone would call me a fairy in high school. I never figured out why. Well, Satan was like, "Yeah, whatever, just finish me off." "Oh, that was great. Nice, thanks. What's your wish?" "I want to become an astronaut." "All right, boom, it's done." Right, so Satan disappears. The fairy crocodile gets inducted into NASA immediately, and he's ready to board the space shuttle. We're on the last minute, so we need to start working towards an ending. He sits there, joined by his astronaut buddies, and they tell him, Now I know it's not just any crocodile that can make it into the space shuttle. You probably jerked off a bunch of people before getting here. Well, if that's the case, jerk me off as well. And the other astronauts say,
Yeah, okay.
"Yeah? Jerk off everyone. Right? Let's have a send-off into space. Let it be our celebration." So the fairy crocodile, spoiler, fairy means he was gay. So he actually enjoyed it. So he jerks off all his co-astronauts, gets into the space shuttle, they blast off into space, and then No, she can't help you. And then they explode. The end. Thank you. What a twist. Let's welcome back our host, Ilan.
Keep it going for Guy, and yeah, keep it going for Guy, and the fairy crocodile exploding handjob giving astronaut.